Justin Jones with Ken Stereo. Part 2 of our MX350 training is now. It's going to touch on the Zone 2 in our remote. This is going to teach us what Zone 2 is, how to operate Zone 2 from our remote, and also give us some troubleshooting tips so that we can work our way through if things aren't quite working like we think they should. Most of our Zone 2s are going to look like this. We can hit the main button. Zone 2 is going to be the 4th button there, so we hit main and then Zone 2. Now Zone 2, when it's on the main page, may say porch, it may say pool, may say patio. Either way, it's the button that's going to work our second zone from our receiver. So we hit Zone 2. Zone 2 is going to come at the top. That lets us know that the remote is in Zone 2 mode, so it's going to work the Zone 2 function. After you hit Zone 2, you hit the on button. So we hit main, and then we hit Zone 2, and then we hit the on button. This is going to send a signal to the receiver to turn on the Zone 2. After you do that, the third step is to pick your source. So what do you want to listen to outside? Maybe it's a big game and you want to listen to cable, so we're going to hit cable. Now cable's going to go outside. Our first troubleshooting tip is going to come now. So if we hit main and then Zone 2 and then we hit the on button, we know the Zone 2 is on, we hit cable. If you still can't hear anything, this little volume button down here, because it says Zone 2 at the top, volume is actually going to work the volume in the Zone 2, so we can just volume up, keep volume and volume and volume. You should be able to hear something shortly. If you still don't hear anything after holding that button down for maybe 3 seconds or so, you may have a volume control on the wall. So you may have a knob that's actually on the wall that you need to turn up. Someone maybe turn that down, and that's actually going to cut the volume from Zone 2. I'm going to show you on the front of the receiver what this should look like so that we can better understand what we should be seeing, so we know if we're not seeing what we're supposed to be seeing. This is the front of a Yamaha 2-zone receiver. Right now it says AV2, it says straight, it has the volume at -40. None of this really means anything for this current lesson. We're trying to figure out Zone 2. So on our remotes, let's hit main, let's hit Zone 2, let's hit on. You see Zone 2 come on. It says Zone 2 on. It says Zone 2 right here. This little red light is very important. It says Zone 2. That signifies that the Zone 2 is on inside the receiver. Next, let's hit our source. So we want to listen to tuner outside or tuner in the bedroom, so let's hit tuner. It says Zone 2 input, tuner. It's pretty self-explanatory. You know that the Zone 2 is on. You know it's on tuner. Last but not least, let's volume up a little bit. Make sure we have enough volume. We're at -18, which is plenty. You should be able to hear it outside at -18. If you turn Zone 2 on and it's down here, you see a little volume bar way down at -65 or so. You're not going to be able to hear that out there, so don't be scared with your volume. Turn it up. Let's get it up into the 20s, maybe the teens, so you can hear it outside. You should have Zone 2 volume now. So all these little things on the front of this receiver you need to look for. So when you hit main Zone 2, you hit the on button. Make sure it says Zone 2 on. Make sure the red light's on. Make sure your input comes up as tuner or AV5, whatever you're wanting to listen to. When you hit a button on the remote, that input is going to change. So we'll have tuner, and then go further right and make sure your volume is up. With all three of these things in place, you should have volume outside. It should be sounding good. You should be rocking. If not, my number is to the right. You can pick it up in my item comments. You can pick it up on my page. Call me, call the store, text me. We can further walk you through something that may be up with your receiver, or maybe you have something unplugged. We can get out and check it out. But this should be a good basis. You should be able to hear something on Zone 2, and you fixed it yourself. Awesome.